Okay, guys, so I don't do a whole lot of complaint videos, but I got a good one today. As everybody who's watched this channel for a while, y'all realize I have a Ford Maverick. This is a 2022 model that I bought new, special ordered the thing. Love the truck, it does what I need it to do. But the other day I went in to get some tires because I needed some new tires. I actually needed 4, but I opted to only get 2 new ones because I needed a front end alignment and wasn't about to put 2 new tires till I was able to get the front end alignment. Well, the guy at the tire store comes out and says, I got something you need to know. This little rubber thing you're looking at is my CV axle boot. And it is busted. Busted. Now, don't get me wrong. This isn't the part I'm mad about, which is a little bit frustrating considering the truck's not that old, but it does have about 90,000 miles. So you can kind of figure some things come up. But what's troubling is the trouble that I'm going through to get that thing fixed. As you can see, the only thing that really needs fixed is that boot. So what that does is that holds the grease in on those bearings that help run the drive line. That's what it's for. But you cannot buy that aftermarket. So what the tire mechanic told me to do, he said I was going to have to go to the dealer and try to get the part from there. He said he could order it and have it done, but then he said by the time he adds his markup to it, I might as well just have the dealer do it. So I went to the dealer. Guess what? The dealer can't order that part either. So, but that's not where I'm at. That's not where I'm at. That's a little frustrating, but that's not what I'm mad about. We're going to get to that mad part first, but we're going to go ahead of the story a little bit. So to get that part, I have to order the whole axle. And so, long story short, that whole axle, or that just for that rubber boot, is going to cost me roughly around $500 to set it done. Again, that's not what I'm mad about. The frustrating part is what I had to go through to find all this out. See, my first initial call was towards my regular dealership that I bought this thing from. With that dealership, I had a service advisor. If I had any issues, only thing I had to do was text that person, and they would get the ball rolling, get whatever needed taken care of. Well, what I didn't realize was, of course, that my dealership, it's no longer my dealership. They changed hands, and there's a big, long lawsuit and stuff going on with that. It's a whole other mess I'm not going to talk about. But the new ownership of it, which is Downtown Ford, what's called Call of Duty, but it's called Downtown Ford now. Yes, and I'm calling them out. I normally don't name names, but I am this time because I'm mad. But just for the labor, when I first called them, they was wanting almost $500 just for the labor. That's not counting the part. That was just for the labor to put that thing on. And so I did what somebody else had advised me to do, is I called another dealership, and I'm going to name them out because they did me really well, called Midway Ford. You know, not too awful far away from the other dealership, but again, it's a smaller dealership. And apparently the smaller dealership was where I wished I'd have bought my truck at before. Just for the part and the labor to put that on was just going to be what the other dealership wanted for the labor. Just the labor. So, Downtown Ford, you totally lost my business. Totally. In and out, you've lost my business, any future business whatsoever. And I'm going to give all my business from now on down to Hurricane Ford. Or not Hurricane Ford. Hurricane's where they're at. Midway Ford. Because they went out and they said, you know, we need this business. We're going to do him good. They're not trying to cheat me like the other people did. You know, $250 part, and it's roughly going to be, you know, $240 to get put back on. And I can understand that being the way it's set up, because it's probably going to need, the bearings are probably going to have to be packed and everything to get that put back on. And then, of course, after that's done, then I can get my front end alignment and new tires. So, where I won't have to worry about my front tires wearing out so bad. But this stuff, you know, it's coming to a time where people are just trying to rip everybody off anymore, and I don't understand that. You know, this was a place where I had bought this truck, special ordered this truck through. You know, this I didn't just go on the lot and buy. I special ordered through them. It was at another lot that they no longer own. But I special ordered that. And you would think with a new owner coming abroad and they see that this has been a previous customer here that we're going to treat them right. And then they want to charge me almost $500 worth of labor for something that's going to take at most 2 hours to fix. That somebody's got the right tools. At most 5 hours, or at most 2 hours. Honestly, good mechanic will have that done in 45 minutes. That's just somebody trying to get rich. And, you know, $500, that's pretty much what I make a week. So they's wanting a week's pay, what I make in a week, to do 2 hours worth of work. Something sounds fishy there. And again, downtown Ford, you don't have my business. Midway Ford, from now on, you do. See, even the turkey's upset about it, aren't you, Tom? You upset about how they did me? You are, aren't you? Yeah, I figured. Let's get y'all a little feed. But when we come down to a time when people think that they can just charge whatever they want for to do things, just trying to get rich off of people who are having a little bit of bad issues and stuff, yeah, I got no problem with people trying to make a living. You gotta have, because it takes money to survive. It really does. But when you just purposely try to rip people off, you're no more than just a common crook. So I'm just going to sit here, feed my chickens, enjoy my life. And I'm a firm believer in what goes around comes around. You know, sooner or later, they'll have to answer for stuff like that. But I'm just going to keep doing what I do. And again, I don't make too many of these videos where I complain about certain companies, but you know what? Today I am, because I feel like this is word that needs to go about. And there's a lot deeper story to that after I got talking to some people about that. Going on between how those two companies, how that company got took over. But I don't know the whole story to it, so I'm not going to get into the bits and pieces of it. But I think there's probably some of you out there who are watching this channel who know a little bit about it. And if you want to, feel free to comment down below. Let people know what's really going on there, because yeah, that downtown Ford, they're not good people. They're not good people. Look at them chickens eat. So as you can see, I'm pushing 90,000 miles on this truck, so you can expect some issues pop up. But again, this has been a really good truck, and I've been really happy with it. It's just I need to make sure I get that fixed before we go to Louisville, because we're talking about a 4-hour drive for us. So I'd hate to go out there and that to fail. There's a couple different scenarios that could happen if that fail. I really don't want to think about any of them. But again, I've been really happy with this truck. It's done me really well, and you know, you can expect things to go wrong. That happens, but you know, my beef right now is, you know, I don't like when people try to rip me off, and if somebody tries to rip me off, I'm going to let people, especially if it's a business, I'm going to let other people know what that business tried to do to me. That way they don't make the same mistake. And I know a lot of you that watch this live all around the country. Actually, some of you live in other countries. So this may not even affect you, but, you know, it still don't hurt to do a little research into businesses and stuff. And, you know, my big mistake was I bought from a company that was really big to start with. And the whole reason I bought this truck from Todd Judy versus Midway was because I actually went to Midway first. I went to Midway because when you was having trouble getting a hold of vehicles, and I wanted this truck, and I already had it laid out how I wanted to order it. And I had questions about the ordering process, And when I went to them, they couldn't answer my questions. That, and there was some other stuff that I had questions about that I asked Todd Judy. Todd Judy was able to answer all my questions. They even made up some answers because I caught them in a couple lies on that. But, you know, that's a story for another day. Because I'm not mad at Todd Judy Ford. I'm mad at Downtown Ford, who should have took over everything when they took over the dealership. So, you know, take care of your customers, and your customers will take care of you. That's all I really got to say about that. Okay, so before we go here today, guys, got some exciting news. Couple of things. One, we have actually gained 28 subscribers in the last 28 days. And I want to thank you guys who have subscribed to this channel. Trust me, it means a lot. And I think a lot of it has to do with, we've had a couple of things going on here in the last month. I mean, we had an issue where we've had a lot of cold weather, so people are naturally getting on the internet looking for things to do while they're inside. And there was a short spell where TikTok was down there for a little bit, and I'm pretty sure that helped us out a lot. And, you know, and people were sharing these videos and they're commenting on it, and so these videos are getting spread out a little bit more, and that I appreciate. And I also have a special thank you for you guys, for those of you who are going to be at the National Farm Machinery Show. For those of you who subscribed on our Facebook page, you've already seen this, but we got these cool little calendars in. All it says at the top is thank you for watching Equally Yoked Farm. They're not a big calendar, as you can see. They a little bit smaller than my hand. These are a peel and stick. You can peel them off up here, and you can stick them on your desk, on your truck dash, stick them on the floorboard of your tractor, whatever you want to do. And these are, I'm not charging anything for these. These are absolutely free. I'm going to be handing them out while we're at the National Farm Machinery Show, which we're going to be there on the 14th and 15th. I know I said before we was going to do 13th and 14th, but unfortunately something came up. I'm going to have to do 14th and 15th instead now. So it's no big deal. Again, you guys see us walking around, stop and say hi. If you want to, I'll even let you give a shout out on camera. And be sure just to let me know you want one of these calendars, and I'll gladly give you one free of charge. Just let me know you're watching our show, and I really appreciate that. So until next time, you guys take it easy, and hopefully we'll have a really good video for you next time. See you later. Bye-bye. And if thou sell aught unto thy neighbor, or buyest aught of thy neighbor's hand, you shall not oppress one another.